And good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to New York, Watkins Glen. 11 turns of exciting action getting ready to go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. My name is Chris. With me, as always, my good friend Rick. Rick, how are you tonight, buddy?
Hey, brother, I'm doing fabulous. How you doing?
Oh, we're doing excellent. We're going to sim out 110 miles here tonight in the 1x110. Brought to you by SimBox. Make sure to check out SimBox at www.facebook.com/SimBoxPC for all of your SimBox needs. I'm happy to see you guys out there in chat getting ready to go here again. Road racing for the Salt Flat Cup Series. Rick, we've been watching practice. This is going to be an entertaining race at the very least.
Yeah, it really is, Chris. And, I want to say that this is my home track. I know it's like 6.5 hours away from us, and New Hampshire's only like 3. But I don't like New Hampshire. So Watkins Glen, man, I'm excited. This is one of my favorite road courses right here next to Daytona Road.
Yeah, this is one of my favorites to drive, and look forward to breaking down all the action here tonight as best as we can. There's going to be a lot. If practice has shown us anything, it will be a lot. Looks like we have about 17, 18 drivers possibly going to be starting this one. And it's going to be qualifying here in just a couple of moments. But we'll continue on watching some practice out of Aaron Davidson's windshield. Davidson has been the quickest driver here for most of this practice. Hunter Reynolds had that spot for just a little bit, and then Davidson took it right back.
Yeah, Reynolds and Davidson really been swapping it back and forth, Chris. But right now, Aaron Davidson, he is all over the speed charts. He is doing a heck of a job. And I think, you and I were talking about it. We're watching him a little bit. I think he's doing some hot laps. He's definitely learning how to save his car. That's for sure. He's really working that wheel out there. I think he's having a lot of fun.
Yeah, top 2 in the 113s. Third through fifth in the 114s, 115s for the next 3, 116s for the next 3, 117s for the next 3, 2 118s, 119. So the field is actually pretty darn close. And when we pack them all together, those times are going to change up a little bit. So I wouldn't expect to see 113s during the live race. You never know what can happen here at the Watkins Glen. This is going to be a lot of fun, and I'm glad to hear that you guys had a good 4th out there. It was truly, well, anything is good after last year, but man, it was something special this year. It was a lot of good times with family and friends.
Finally.
Yeah, finally. Yeah, exactly. 2.42 miles is the current configuration here at the Glen. And again, Aaron Davidson getting it done here during practice. I think he's learning a little bit where to go, where not to go. And he pops the brakes. He is done with practice, and actually so are we just about. A couple of late arrivers into the server. I haven't had a chance to look at him. How about Gerald Calder in the 26? He's done about 11 laps. You're going to see a lot out of these guys tonight, including some inexperience on road courses, I believe. Some people just handle it a little bit better than others. Learning where to shift, where not to shift, where to apply power, where to start turning, where to start braking. Everything tonight is going to be in the hands of the driver. Yeah, that's the thing, right, Ram? Kids, man, they don't blink.
Yeah, no,
I wish that I listened to that advice when I was younger. I really, really do.
With the COVID, I spent the last year at home raising my boy, who was born last March 2020. And he's already passed one. I mean, growing like you said, like a weed, man. You can't blink because it goes by way too quick. Next thing you know, they're walking. Gavin, what, 15 months now? He's already sitting on a potty. It's amazing. Next thing you know, I mean, he already comes downstairs when I watch him and I bring him down here, to have lunch with mom and stuff like that. He'll get into my racing rig, Chris, and he makes motor noises. He turns the wheel. It won't be long before I'm looking for a second rig.
Too good. Kids, man, make the world go round. I love them. Miss them, but not enough to have more.
Come on, you're young. And there we go, man. Practice is done.
It is. Next up, going to be qualifying. We're going to step away for the anthem as soon as they start qualifying. We'll come back, and when we do, it should be some pretty good racing going on is what it should be. 45 laps of action. We're just waiting to see who the first car is going to be. I always like to see who's going to be the brave person to get out on track for the first time.
It looks like it's going to be the 55 going to be beating everybody out there. Alex Edelman going out there with his Wonder Bread machine, Chris, and now they're all starting to go. Mike Todd's getting ready to go on the 11.
All right, with that, we're going to step away for the anthem. We will be right back.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rackets regular, the boats bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Simulated racing can be awesome, but it can also be kind of a free-for-all. Interestingly, auto racing faced the same problem in its earlier days. Whether it was on the back roads, the beaches, or the city streets, the racing was always fun. But there was always a certain level of chaos or danger, until some folks came along and put some order to all of this. Stuff like official racetracks, regulations about weight and equipment, and enforcement of standards. That's what gave us high-speed excitement, fast-paced action, and photo finishes. That's when racing became racing. The guys over at iRacing.com have made the same transformation in the world of sim racing. See, iRacing analyzes the performance and results of each driver in every race, so you can be sure you're always placed in races where the competition will be tight and that those reckless drivers who ruin it for us all will be kept in the pits. Not to mention that with members in over 130 countries already in their vast community, you can find races day and night, so you can always get in the action. You can even join a league of your favorite series and work your way up to one of 7 world championships, offering over $500,000 in prize money. And since updates are always automatic, you don't have to worry about software and can focus on the track. Zip up your fire suit and check out iRacing.com.
iRacing, you wanted the best, you got been imitated, never duplicated. The greatest show on dirt, the World of Outlaws.
Well, we're back. Qualifying has about 2 minutes and 10 seconds to go, but I don't think, Rick, that too many more people are going to be doing it as we take a peek at the track here. And it is gorgeous track.
It is a good looking track, Chris. And yeah, 14 drivers have set a qualifying time. There's a couple that are thinking about it, but they haven't really done much. And those people that I'm talking about is the 61 of DJ Mitzel. He is sitting there thinking about going, and Trenton Collins doing the same thing there in his 24. But I haven't seen those guys. Hagedorn in the Milwaukee number 2.
Well, here's the deal.
Calder and Collins.
Yeah, the deal is this: if they haven't gone by now, they're not going.
They ain't gonna make it. No, they're not gonna make it all the way around.
All right.
That's okay.
Yeah, well, like I said, 2.48 miles. Or, oh, shoot. Now I forget. It might be 2.242. Yeah, 2.42 miles. 45 laps of action. All brought to you by SimBox. Again, make sure to check them out on Facebook, facebook.com/SimBoxPC. Rick, you have a box. How nice is that to have?
Very nice. And, you know, it's taken me a while. I mean, I do run with VR when I do run, but I use it for other games too, Chris. And, you know, I use it for American Truck Simulator, Farming Simulator. I mean, you can use it for pretty much any game that you need a quick button press to do something. And they're well made.
Absolutely. Oh, local yellows only. Yep, Brian, that's actually a very good thing. Yeah, we peeked in on practice for most of it, and local yellows is a good idea tonight, I think. Not that there's anything wrong with what I was seeing, but let's just say these guys, they know how to oval race really well. Road? We're going to find out tonight. Grid's going to happen here in about 10 seconds. As the end of qualifying rolls through. And here we go.
Hey, Kyle Busch. I bet you're gonna do better than. I bet you're gonna get a top 18, bro. At least.
It could happen. Rick, let's go ahead and get this grid up and running. Salt Flat Cup Series brought to you by SimBox here at the Glen for 45 laps of action on the pole here tonight out of 128 Racing. It's going to be the 28 of Hunter Reynolds. To his outside, the 03 of Aaron Davidson. Inside row number 2, it's going to be the deeper, darker dew number 38 of Cody Levitt. CSRF Motorsports number 3 of Roy Fernandez going to be starting outside row 2. Inside row number 3 in that 5th starting spot out of Vapid Yeet Racing, it is going to be the 51 of Travis Elliott. To his outside, starting in 6th spot tonight out of Mafia Motorsports, it's the 23 of Blade Timmons. Starting in 7th place tonight, Rick, it's going to be the 55 out of Mafia Motorsports. It's Alex Edelman. And to his outside, Keystone Motorsports is number 40, Josiah Millen, going to be starting in 8th.
And row number 5 is going to consist of the 31 Keystone Motorsport of Donald Bennett starting in 9th, with B3 Motorsports number 83 of Brandon Feeney going to be starting in 10th. In 11th position is going to be the CSRF Motorsports 01 of Cody Sleeper. In 11th and 12th is going to be the Mean Streak Motorsports number 11 of Mike Todd. In 13th position, my thing is, there we go. It is going to be the Griffith Racing number 98. That's Jason Dobbs. Racing Jason Dobbs Griffith. Going to be starting at 13th. Aggression Motorsports number 48. Coley Collins going to be starting in 14th. In row number 8 is going to be starting in 15th position, the 61 3-wide Motorsports of DJ Mitzel. And the 2 of GBR Racing, Jared Hagedorn. 17th position is going to belong to the 24 Aggression Motorsports of Trenton Collins. And in 18th position, rounding out that field, Chris, Coast to Almost Coast, number 26 of Daryl Calder in 18th.
Daryl Calder gonna round it out as we do our formation lap, getting ready to go green for the first time. A good opportunity to take an aerial view of the racetrack for the first time here tonight. Pacer is going to be rounding through the corner known as the carousel, that long sweeping right-hand turn. Then you got to blast onto the throttle, get ready for that sharp left-hander, and then a right, and you're on the front stretch looking into turn number 1. This track is actually pretty darn quick for a road course, and it's going to be pretty fun to see how these guys handle it. And let's hope Beefy Motorsports isn't right, when he says there's going to be a meeting in turn number 1. Now, there might be some bumping and grinding, but hopefully everybody comes out of it pretty clean.
I think it's going to be fine, Chris, to be honest with you. I mean, the thing that I like about Watkins Glen is there's a lot of elevation changes. So, you know, it keeps the drivers on their toes. It doesn't get boring for a road course. You know, some of those can be kind of boring when they're pretty much flat and stuff like that. But This adds a lot of good things here as the green flag is out.
Green
You see Aaron
flag.
Davidson getting a really good start there.
Yes, he does. Roy Fernandez right behind him, but on the inside, it's the 28 trying to take advantage of that sharp right-hander. Not going to be able to get there. Aaron
wide,
Davidson, you're first. Yeah, might as well start it off strong here and take it 3 wide into corner number 1. Davidson, your race leader. Hunter Reynolds behind him. Then it's Cody Levitt, Roy Fernandez, your top 4. As we get ready for the bus stop for the first time here under the green flag.
Ooh, the 40 into the 55. Hard. 83 makes it through.
Mozilla, Josiah Millen, and oh my goodness, it's turning into a little bit of a fest down here. Trenton Collins and Daryl Kohler are also involved in that one. At the end of it, back up front, Aaron Davidson looking to try and lead lap number 1. Hunter Reynolds falling back by about 9/10 of a second here.
Ooh, it looks like the 55 got into the 40, Chris. That's what started that. Ouch.
Lap number 1 is done and in the books. Lap 2 underway, and here comes that dreaded turn number 1. You got to whoa it up.
Let me tell you, Mr. Feeney has moved up 3 positions so far. He's sitting in 7th position right now. So he made it through the turn 1 gaggle.
Oh, 48's going around. A little too much horsepower underneath the wheels of Cody Collins. Collins goes around. Gonna have to gather it back up. Meanwhile, Aaron Davidson heading through that bus stop, getting ready for the carousel. Just the second time here tonight. A lot of elevation changes here, which is another thing that can upset the car. If you hit those elevation changes wrong, it's easy to spin a tire. It's easy to spin the rear of the car out from underneath you. So definitely have to be careful there. And Davidson looking like he is going to lead a lap 2. And he does. Crosses the start finish line, sets up for turn number 1. Hunter Reynolds about, well, just under a second behind as they work uphill now. Again, one of my favorite tracks. This track can be driven very, very quickly. You just have to hit the marks, and right now Aaron Davidson is hitting them all. DJ Mitzel having a bit of a problem. We'll go back to that just so we can show it. DJ in the 61 machine.
Who had a whoa up maybe?
Yeah, just a little too much oomph getting into that corner. And he oomphed himself right around. So Hunter Reynolds still chasing down Aaron Davidson. And Davidson still hitting those marks just about perfect. Let's hop into the cockpit of our race leader, the 03, Aaron Davidson, as he sets up for turn number 1. We're going to take a lap with him. Turn number 1. Going to get set for another right-hander going uphill. It's going to veer off to the left. And then a long sweeping right-hander. And what a handful he's got. Look at that steering wheel back and forth. Into the bus stop. Quick right, left, left, right. And then into the carousel. I have found that the carousel can be a make or break point in the track. If you slow down too much or not enough, and it can be a big time problem. Again, Davidson hitting that one pretty darn well, setting up for this sharp left-hander. And then the sharp right-hander.
Oh man, he's working that wheel and spoiling them tires.
correcting that steering. And that is a lap around with our race leader with 4 laps complete. Working lap number 5, Aaron Davidson. He is starting to check out just a little bit from Hunter. Hunter about 1.2 seconds behind. And we know these two are really, really close during practice.
But what's interesting, Chris, I mean, both those drivers, it was, you know, a minute 13. Well, their best times right now is 1 minute 13 seconds, 0.66 for Aaron Davidson. And then for Hunter Reynolds, it is a 1 minute 13.67. So they're very close on their fast times. Their last times, a minute 14.04 and a minute 14.10. So not bad. A little bit of a fall off, obviously, as those tires get worn in a little bit.
Yeah, behind the race leaders, Cody Levitt still in that 3rd spot. Roy Fernandez, Travis Elliott, Blade Timmons have all stayed in their starting spot.
Colby Collins having a couple issues there.
Yeah, let's go back and take a look. 48 trying to negotiate through turn number 1, took it a little on the wide side and then into the inside wall of turn number 2 and then into the outside wall. Luckily, nobody directly behind him. That could have been pretty bad. All right, back to the race leaders. Aaron Davidson, Hunter Reynolds. As we go back to live.
Chris, I was just down on pit road taking a look. Looks like 2 drivers have called it quits already here for Watkins Glen. The 40 of Josiah Millen and the 55 Alex Edelman. Both packed it up, getting ready for next week.
All right. Trenton Cullum's having another issue out there, Rick. Let's go over and take a peek at him. Trenton is the number 24, the Pepsi car. And again, turn 1 just swallowing him up here tonight. Did hit the inside retaining wall, but relatively softly. He'll be okay and be able to continue on. Cody Levitt in the 38, holding on to that 3rd place that he started with. Roy Fernandez about 4.3 seconds or so behind. Oh, poor Trenton Collins. I don't mean to pick, but he's having a problem yet again. Let's go over and look at this Pepsi machine. As this time through the bus stop. And that car just did not turn for him. Hard into the wall that time. Lots of damage to the front end of it. And the 48 of Colby Collins now down a lap.
I think Racing Jason didn't enjoy us picking on him there 2 weeks ago, Chris. He's not in the Candyman car this week. It's a pretty cool Havoline paint scheme he's got there, though. I like that.
There's something about watching guys who normally only turn left, turning right. Oh my goodness, Aaron Davidson is letting that rear end fly around this track.
Because he's practicing that during practice.
Yeah, he certainly was, and it is paying off. And I believe Trenton Collins had possibly another issue out there, and he has popped it into the pits.
Yeah, the 24 was definitely beat up there during the front. Actually, he didn't even have in front of his car anymore.
So about a second is the separation between Aaron and Hunter. Cody Levitt a little further back. And it looks like Hunter Reynolds might be starting to catch up a little bit. Gap right now, 0.6 of a second. And, it was closing.
Bam, you're absolutely right. I mean, he's not going to let Davidson get too far away. That's for sure. And both these drivers, I mean, they were swapping first place on the speed charts during practice, back and forth, back and forth. And right now, both doing a very, very good job. I think what Reynolds is doing is just waiting for Davidson to make one little mistake is all it's going to take.
Yeah, he's letting that rear end slide around a little bit, Rick, and that is robbing some speed from Aaron Davidson. That should allow Hunter to kind of creep on in there, and oh, it is. DJ Mitchell having a problem.
Oh, Mitchell might be the next one out, Chris, there in the 61.
Yeah, let's go back and take a peek. DJ, relatively clean car in the 61.
Oh,
Ghosts. I've seen worse. Meanwhile, back up front, battle for the lead starting to heat up. 0.3 of a second. Hunter Reynolds has cut that lead by a ton. And Hunter seems to not get through the bus stop quite as well, Rick. He did lose a little bit of time there, but now into the carousel. Looks like he gains a little bit back.
oh, the gap's still closing though.
And at the line, it looks like about 0.4 of a second or so. It's really the only place you can compare it is at the line. You can do sections and stuff, but where it counts is at the line. And there are definitely parts of the track Hunter is better at than Aaron, and vice versa. Both of them doing an outstanding job, though. That's why they're running 1 and 2 so far here at the Glen. Look at them follow each other's tire tracks. Not a lot in the way of drafting on a road course, but don't tell Hunter that.
Yeah, it's kind of cool to see how they are pretty much, like you said, Chris, following in each other while Reynolds is following in Davidson's tire tracks for sure. I mean, they're not running too much of a different line, that's for sure.
Turn number 1. It has been a mini driver here so far tonight. And 3 drivers completely out of this race.
I'm keeping my eye on the 61 of DJ Mitchell, Chris. Still getting towed. I mean, it is a long tow here at Watkins Glen.
Oh boy, it sure is. Oh, do not envy that.
He hasn't given up yet, so I'm sure there's some damage to the 61. We'll get that repaired and get back out there, I'm sure. And now we're going to have some fun here on lap 12, Chris. The 03 calling that he's going into the pit this time by.
All right, first pit stop of the evening for our race leader. And that hard right-hand turn, the 28 Hunter Reynolds right on the back bumper. What's Cody Levitt going to do? As he takes that right-hander right into the pit road, he goes. Roy Fernandez. And that Coke Zero number 3. Rick, you were mentioning that car before during practice.
Yeah, you know me, I like my Coke, but with my diabetes, I drink a lot of Coke Zero. Looks like the 3 comes down, the 51 coming down pit road. See what Cody Sleeper does in the 1. He's up 5 positions since the drop of the green flag, Chris. He's sitting in 6th right now.
Yeah, good run here so far for the old 1, Cody Sleeper. But Aaron Davidson, Hunter Reynolds back out on track. Service complete. And amazingly, the gap is about the same as it was before. My goodness.
And Reynolds actually a little faster there on pit road.
Give you a little chopper camera action just so you can kind of see the difference.
Yeah, fresh rubber definitely never hurts, but I can tell you right now, well, there are 2 guys that definitely took tires for the 14-second pit stop. The top 2, though, fuel only.
There you go. You hear that, Brandon? Oh, never mind. Cody Levitt still in 3rd. Roy Fernandez in 4th spot. Brandon Feeney at 83. You're not going to believe this. He's in 5th spot. Racing Jason Griffith in the 6th position. Travis Elliott in 7th. Let's hop on board Travis Elliott's machine. Just ahead of him, Feeney and Griffith. See if he can close in a little bit here.
Ooh, what a good line.
Oh, they drum Brandon Feeney and Griffith jump on the pit road. That's going to put Elliott back into the 5th spot, right where he started.
One thing I noticed about the 51, Chris, you know, compared to, you know, Aaron Davidson, Hunter Reynolds, you know, Elliott very smooth on the wheel.
Being smooth on the wheel on a road course means you're saving tires.
Or you're not pushing it hard enough, like you always tell me.
Or that.
I can tell you right now, Davidson, he is pushing.
Oh, he's been pushing since practice. It's like he knew how he was going to race tonight and is executing it so far perfectly.
Yeah, he's got to, on that 03, he's got to put somewhere, Chris. You know, an old Ralph Earnhardt's my favorite saying from old Ralph. Go or blow time, baby. You just go or blow. Yeah, Bram, you know, iRacing has come a long way. I've been in the service for 8 years, and even within that 8 years, things have changed so dramatically. I mean, obviously my computer has gotten better too, but they're doing a fabulous job as the leaders go around the 31 of Donald Bennett, Chris, going another lap down through the bus stop. But the graphics have I mean, they don't skimp on. I mean, it's not as good as it could be, but compared to what is out there, it's very good.
Yeah, when you can see some of the rust on the metal grates, you know, that's pretty good.
I just like how they don't, I mean, every track is laser scanned, so I mean, you know, if that rust is there when they're there, or that pothole or that crack, I mean, it's all there. I mean, that's one thing that iRacing has against all the other quote-unquote simulators or high-end video games out there that claim to be a simulator. You know, our Factor 2, you know, it's halfway decent.
Jared Hagedorn having a little bit of a problem. Let's go back and take a peek.
Who's the sponsor again, Chris?
That would be Milwaukee. Yes. Oh, turn 1. Collects another one.
You know, you're coming down that hill going into that corner. It's very easy to lose concentration there.
Yes, it is. Oh, he called it. Rick, Brandon Feeney. Let's just go back.
Was it in turn 1 though?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Through the carousel. Had to get on the brakes and around he goes. The 28, Hunter Reynolds and Aaron Davidson to go around Feeney. Feeney now 1 lap down in the 9th position. Good stuff going on. I dig it. Working lap number 17 of 45 here for the Salt Flat Cup Series. 1 bite, 110. 45 laps is the race distance.
And Jason Dobbs got to be careful because he is the next on the line, the old lap down.
Yeah, that Havoline paint job that you were just talking about, Rick, is getting closed in on. Through the carousel.
And there goes Davidson on the inside. Good pass right there.
Yeah, that was excellent.
That was good and smooth.
Let's look back from our leader, see if Hunter gets tied up a little bit. It looks like he is. Hunter being slowed down just a little bit by Jason Griffith.
Oh, somebody there spun in the pits.
In pit road.
Is that,
Yeah.
that Blade Timmons?
That might have been. And that might have been a result of him hopping into pit road. I don't know. Just a guess.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It doesn't go back, but yeah, he woo. I think that was an iRacing. I don't know. He's doing donuts on pit road.
Uh-huh. Well, Cody Levitt, Roy Fernandez, and Travis Elliott have been steady here. They qualified 3rd, 4th, and 5th, and that's where they're running. Cody Sleeper in the 6th spot, up 5 spots to get there. Jason Griffith, we just saw him go down a lap not too long ago. He's holding on to 7 plus 6 on the evening. Biggest mover of the night, the 26, the 863 Gaming Machine, running in 10th, plus 8. So great job out of Daryl Calder.
Just keeping that 26 nice and clean.
Back up to the top. Aaron Davidson continues to lead the way. He's led every single lap here so far. And I think I may have figured out why. Not there. It's not there. But it's something in your view now. I don't know. I'm going to go with that turn 3 logo on the back window.
I think that does that horsepower.
Yeah, 27 last I knew, but that's 27 more than anybody else. Except for Donald Bennett. His whole car is wrapped in turn 3. And that's part of his problem, too much power. Hard to keep the wheel underneath you with all that power. Aaron Davidson very consistently putting the laps down here tonight, and that is one thing that will win you a road course. Being consistent.
I think having Reynolds stuck behind the 98 there for a little bit, Chris, really helped Davidson put down some time.
Well, it did, as the gap has opened up to 1.4. So you're absolutely right. And now Hunter is going to have to put down some lap times of his own if he wants to try and catch Aaron Davidson here tonight. Ram, I'm glad that it's not buffering for you. I hope you're watching it in 1080 so you're getting the best possible view. Or at least the best possible view that I can provide. Sharp right-hander puts him back on the front stretch again. And Aaron Davidson continues to lead the way. Just a few more laps before we're halfway done with this one. 25 laps to go.
Like you said, they've been taking off really, really quick.
Up the hill they go, our race leaders. And to the left. And to the right.
And surprisingly there, Chris, Reynolds really closed that gap a little bit, just over a second.
Yeah, he needs to. He's going to need to get a little bit more aggressive than he has been so far in order to try and catch Aaron Davidson. And I don't know how much more aggressive you can go, because Davidson, it seems like certain corners, he is on the edge of losing control and then gathers it back up.
That's where you want to be, though. If you can figure out where that edge is and bring, oh, he slipped out there a little bit. That's exactly where you want to be.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was talking about. You slip out like that, boom, just like that. It costs you a 10th. But he is working that wheel tonight. He is going to be tired after this one.
I'm surprised he's not tired after practice.
Yeah, it's true. Turn one, that sharp right-hander. It has collected a lot of guys here tonight. These two have made it through every single time.
It looks like the field is down to 12 now, Chris.
Yeah, in the top 5 on the lead lap. And that's one of the things that happens when you don't have full field cautions on. But I got to be honest right now, after seeing some of the stuff we've seen, this would be a much slower paced race had those full field cautions been on. So I'm glad they decided locals only. As we get ready to complete another lap here. Gonna make it.
Look at Reynolds right on the back bumper now.
Oh yeah. Oh, he might be setting up.
He is.
He's on the outside, though. That's going to make it tough. Hunter Reynolds tries to get there. Side by side, going through turn number 1. And Aaron Davidson holding that inside line, going to keep the advantage over Hunter Reynolds. But Reynolds knocking on the door. On board with Aaron Davidson, and all over the race wheel he is. Let's go back behind him as we go ready to go through the sharp right, left, right, setting up for the carousel.
With that pressure that Reynolds is putting on Davidson right now, Davidson actually driving a little hard. I saw there when you were in the cockpit and talking about his wheel working over there. That's because his rear end slid out on him a little bit.
This is where being the leader is no fun at all. You know you have somebody behind you that's probably, we're going to say, just as quick, if not at this point in the race, a little bit quicker. And that puts on some extra pressure. This is where a leader can make a mistake. But again, he dives down to the inside. He's going to try and hold on to it through turns 1 and 2. The inside groove belongs to the 03, and he is having a heck of a time with it.
Ooh,
But again,
there,
survives through it. Yeah, Collins.
See that, he kind of just popped in.
Yeah. Yeah, a little bit of an issue there. One of the fastest parts of the track right here, but sets up for one of the slowest parts of the track. The grass flying. Bring a different angle. And where Hunter is really picking up some time is the entry to the corner. He is able to let it float in there very well right now. The
I'm
03
thinking
is probably, yeah, that's what I
coming
thought.
in the pits. Yep.
His
gonna say,
tires
we gotta
are
be
hurting.
close.
His tires are hurting. He needed to come down. 21 laps to go. And for the first time tonight, we have a new race leader. It's going to be Hunter Reynolds in the number 28. Aaron Davidson ducking down pit road. Hunter will have to do the same thing, but what he needs right now is an ultra smooth, ultra fast lap in order to not lose any time to Aaron Davidson. Hunter out there all by himself. This is the toughest thing to do as a competitor. You have to keep your focus and you have to make sure you hit all of your marks correctly, and you have to do it by yourself.
You know, Davidson's got some work to do, Chris. He's got fresh tires now. But one thing that you taught me very well is you got to remember that those are fresh tires. They're very slick when you first take off. Let them warm up before you start driving the way you have been.
I don't know if it matters for Aaron. I mean, loose is loose.
Now the 28 is going to be coming down pit road, Chris.
Now the pressure goes over to Aaron Davidson. He's got to make up time to make sure he is in front of Hunter Reynolds when he comes out of pit road.
All right, now that gap is 32 seconds?
Yes, sir. And it should
Four
start
tire pit stop,
falling
about
here
15
quickly.
seconds.
Yeah, but you have to hit pit road first, and that
You do.
is a long pit road here.
You know, he's in his
Glen.
pit stall now.
Aaron Davidson on the front stretch crosses the line.
Still getting his right sides put on. His service is now done. He's heading back out.
Yep, and Davidson is ahead of him. So Davidson takes the lead back. And Hunter Reynolds must have been slow on pit road. 3 seconds is the gap between first and second. Roy Fernandez, who's been in the top 5 all night long, having issues. Let's go back, take a peek in on the 3 car.
I'd be reminded that he does fresh tires after that last pit stop.
Oh, just took it a little too hot and smushed in the left side. Luckily, it's a tire barrier. We'll call it a softer barrier for right now. But the 3 ends up getting passed by Travis Elliott, so they swap positions. 3.2 seconds is the differential between Aaron Davidson and Hunter Reynolds, first and second spot. And the 83 of Brandon Feeney gonna go down another lap. $19 to go. Reynolds trying to get there. 2.5 seconds now is the gap. Davidson pulling away a little bit with this set of tires.
I mean, the nice thing for Davidson, he had a full lap to get those things up to temperature before Reynolds came out of pit road. So, I know, yeah, he's not taking it easy.
Again, we haven't really seen him take it easy out there. Brandon Feeney having problems. Let's go take a look in on the 83. Oh, he had Hunter Reynolds right behind him. Oh, good. Oh, and Reynolds has a big time problem as he blew through the cones when that happened. Oh, that is going to cost him some more time on track. Oh boy.
That's the hard thing about road courses, Chris, because everybody has different braking points.
Here it is.
And I think that's what we saw.
You ready for this? 3.5 second lead turns into a 7.1 second lead over Hunter Reynolds. And that is huge. With 18 laps to go. Hunter is going to have to try and pull something out of the hat. Davidson has been throwing everything he has at that race car tonight, trying for the race win. Hunter Reynolds was there until he wasn't. One little mistake.
In a way, it's kind of hard to say that it was a mistake. I mean, like I said, Peony just got on the brakes a little sooner than what Reynolds is used to. But again, that's something about road courses. I mean, they're very hard to drive because the drivers that are really good on ovals, where, you know, it's easier to get into a rhythm of where you're going. But here, you're always constantly looking at your windshield. You're trying to find little things like the little signs on the fence posts of where you're going to brake or where you're going to get on the accelerator, stuff like that. So you get a little bit of a tunnel vision almost. When that guy so close in front of you there checks up. I mean, that's one thing that I don't like about going out there on road courses, Chris, because you know me, I'm not a big road racer. I've been trying, but you know, my braking points might be a little different because I'm not used to the car and I don't know how to push it right to the edge. So I get a little scared. And I can mess up somebody's race like that. I mean, Reynolds has had no problem going through the bus stop at all tonight.
No, he has not. And it happens.
It does. And it's not Beanie's problem, you know, it's not his fault either, really. I mean, he's racing his race, you know.
On a road course, you have to race the track, not the other drivers. I know it's cliche, but it's the truth.
It's true, yep.
Across the start-finish line one more time for Aaron Davidson with 16 laps to go. The 03 VIP Chevy Camaro looking strong out there.
I love how baby Everett's still on the hood. I love that. Proud dad right there.
Aaron Davidson, your race leader, still has a 7.5-second lead over Hunter Reynolds, Travis Elliott in third. It's Roy Fernandez, Cody Levitt, and those 5 drivers, the only ones on the lead lap. First driver, 1 lap down, Cody Sleeper. That's Jason Griffith, Mike Todd, Daryl Calder, Brandon Feeney, your top 10. Proud dad, proud grandpa is what we got out there.
Every right to be. Kids are the best. So you stopped at the top 10. We wanted to go with 11th, Donald Bennett, Kobe Collins rounding out the field, Chris, of the drivers that are out there running. Blade Timmons, Jared Hagedorn, Mitzel, Collins, Millen, and Edelman all off track right now. With 15 laps left to go.
Oh, the 03 still digging hard.
Very hard.
The gap is starting to close down a little bit for Davidson over Hunter Reynolds, but 15 laps to go. Again, that would, you're almost having to make up a little over a half a second per lap. And then you got to try and pass him with a couple of laps back. That is a tough thing to do.
It is.
Aaron Davidson setting up for turn 1. He's got a couple of drivers just ahead of him. The 11 of Mike Todd. And was that Donald Bennett just ahead of him in the 31?
Whoa, hang on to it.
Out here with something to prove here tonight is Aaron Davidson. And he has been unbelievable here tonight.
Yeah, I think his arms are ready for it, Chris. He's probably been carrying Everett around everywhere.
It's very possible.
Those are dad arms, man.
Yeah,
you're good to go.
Never been so strong in my life. DB Donald Bennett going down another lap. Giving way for the race leader, the 03, Aaron Davidson. This time by, going to be 13 laps to go for the 03. Mom has been, Rick, not dad.
That's because moms are superstars. I'm not afraid to admit it. My wife is amazing on what she can do with kids.
The gap back to Hunter Reynolds, 6.56 seconds. Jason Griffith having a bit of a problem. Let's go back and take a peek at our 7th place runner.
I'm just hoping that a tire didn't fall off there for missing some lug nuts.
And around
Whoa.
he goes. Oh, noses in hard. Oh, very, very hard.
Ooh, it looks like that front left tire might be a little messed up too, unless that was just a...
Oh, boy.
That's going to make it very hard to turn.
Oh, speaking of hard to turn, boy, the 03 just catches it. Oh, boy. He is still pushing that car very hard. And he is killing those tires.
Yeah, that might have been just a little graphical issue there with iRacing, Chris. I mean, the tire, if the damaged model was 100%, his left front fender would be cutting into that tire and it would blow any second now.
Yeah, right. Oh, the 03.
Right.
Oh, boy, is that close.
Oh, boy.
Colby Combs took a spin, and the 03 went around the crash, not around on the track, which I don't know how he did that. And amazingly enough, he's opened the gap back up to 7.5 seconds and growing. Something going on with Hunter Reynolds, as I believe he might be pinned in between a couple of slower cars. And the 03 almost let it out of the bag.
Right now, Reynolds is dealing with trying to find a way around Donald Bennett. He did get around, was that Mike Todd in the 11 there? It looks like Reynolds is setting up to, oh, Donald's going way wide, letting Reynolds go.
Yeah,
there
he
we
did.
go.
All right, Hunter Reynolds now free of that slower traffic in front of him. Let's see if he's able to close the gap in just a little bit. Roy Fernandez having a little bit of an issue, Rick. Let's go back and take a look in on that 3 car. The Coke Zero machine. Oh, off the wall. Hard on the brakes. Gathers it back up. Finds the accelerator, back to it.
Of course, happened right in front of the leaders, too. That was, could have been a scary situation.
Yeah, how sweaty are people's hands right now? I mean, this is getting close to the end. We're going to have
11 laps, yeah, 10 laps now.
10 laps to go now. Heading into turn 1. Hunter Reynolds bringing it down pit road. Oh boy, she's short pitting. Hunter Reynolds brings it down pit road. Aaron Davidson stays out on track. So a reversal of the last time on pit road.
I mean, I don't care what kind of wheel you have right now, Chris. As long as it's force feedback, I mean, their arm's gonna be tired.
Oh yeah. Heck, I'm tired just watching.
Yeah, me too.
Hunter Reynolds back on the racing surface, make it 35 seconds behind Aaron Davidson. We'll see if that's going to be enough time to get to the back bumper of Aaron. If and when Aaron comes down pit road, I believe he's going to have to.
I believe he just called out. I'm not sure. I have the chat turned down right now for race chatter, but I do believe the 03 just called out that he will be pitting in. And there he goes.
And there he goes. All right. This is Hunter Reynolds' chance. He's got fresh tires. He's hitting the carousel right now. This
10.40. You think he might have taken 2?
Possibly. Although on a road course, I'm not sure which 2 you take.
No.
He may not have taken any, though. It might have just been fuel and a slow stop. We'll see. Davidson still on pit road. Hunter Reynolds on the front stretch.
Ooh, I'm thinking 4 freshies for Davidson. Whoa. Davidson slipped out a little bit there. A little wheel spin and coming off a pit road.
So
but he is still the leader.
7 seconds to 1.3 seconds. The race is on again. And what a race this has been between these two drivers. My goodness. This has been really, really good. Fresh tires versus we're not sure. Possibly 2. Hunter Reynolds starting to go backwards on the track just a little bit. Nine laps to go for the VIP number 03 of Aaron Davidson, who is, well, let's face it, he has led all but, 2 laps here tonight?
Yeah, Reynolds been there too. I mean, you know, he was the pole sitter. But it didn't take long for the 03 of Davidson to get by him and pretty much stay there.
Check in with the rest of the field just to see how everybody's looking, and I think from here on down everybody's going to be starting to look a little bit rough, although the 11 is pretty darn clean.
Yeah, Mike Todd's kept his 11 pretty clean.
Brandon Feeney's missing a bit, and the 31 is going to have to visit the repair shop. Back up front, 8 laps to go. 8 more times around the carousel. Gap 2.9 seconds.
I wish we were down there in the chat channel because right now Reynolds and Davidson are both down there. I wonder if they're saying anything to each other.
Yeah, like, hey, why don't you slow down for a second?
That's right. I like we saw during practice, Chris. I mean, both the 03 and the 28 very fast. Swapping that top number 1 position multiple times.
Aaron Davidson going to the outside of the 11 of Mike Todd. Makes that pass happen. And the bus stop.
Now Reynolds is at the back bumper of the 11. Got to try to find a way.
All around the outside of the carousel.
Nice and clean, easy.
Very clean.
Good job by Mike Todd there, just holding his line too. And that's the biggest thing. I mean, anybody who's new to iRacing or maybe gets a little nervous when people around him, just race your race, hold your line, You got to learn to be a little bit predictable and just let the other drivers find their way around you. Because if they're good, as both these drivers have been fabulous here tonight, they're going to find their way around.
Six more times around this big 2.42 mile course. And Aaron Davidson continues to lead the way. The gap starting to extend just a little bit, 3.19 seconds.
We're heading into the bus stop now. Oh, got the grass a little bit there.
Starting to get a little dark out there at the Glen.
Yeah, I noticed that in certain sections there. Now the sun's really beating down on these boys.
Cloud coverage heavy over New York right now.
As long as the rain stays away.
Five laps to go for Aaron Davidson, and the gap increasing some more, 4 seconds. And Colby Combs having a problem in the 11th spot. Let's go back and take a peek. The 48 has been through a war.
Yes, yeah. Yes, yes.
And there's another battle right there. And onward he goes. Good on him.
I mean, the front bumper's already gone. You might as well put a couple more dents in the frame. It's all good.
The frame, the fender, the whole front clip.
As long as the radiator don't leak, you're good. That gap's grown, Chris, almost 4 seconds here.
Yeah, Reynolds cut into it just a little bit on that lap, but with 4 laps to go, that's a long way to go. Right now, you'd have to make up about a second per lap and have a lap to try and pass him. So Hunter Reynolds really has his work cut out for him, and he's going the wrong way. Now gap is almost 4.10.
I think the only way that Reynolds will be able to do anything, Chris, is if something happens to Davidson, and I don't see that happening. I really don't.
Well, the one thing I have learned on road courses is one small wrong move and your night's over. But it's not going to happen there as Davidson rounds out the carousel perfectly. And gets himself set for this very sharp left-hander.
Can't see working that wheel though. He's having a blast out there. Three laps left to go.
3 to go. And Davidson enjoys a 4.25 second lead over Hunter Reynolds. A little slow there in turn 1 though. Those tires are angry.
Yes, they are.
Through the bus stop.
A little blink out of the 48 there.
Yeah, Colby, add that to the list of poor problems for him tonight. As that car has definitely been through a war zone and back. But he is keeping it out there. My hat's off, sir. Next time by, yes, he is. Next time by, gonna be popsicle sticks in the air. 2 laps to go 4.84 miles left for Aaron Davidson right now. Will he be able to keep the car underneath him for 2 more laps? Every now and again, you see a little bit of a wiggle out of that car. And you just think, all it takes is one big wiggle.
He's pushing that 03 right to the limit.
Gap up to 5 seconds. Oh, he hits the carousel perfectly right there.
That's in cockpit view, man, and the throttle. He's just so smooth on the throttle.
White flag. White flag in the air. One more lap to go here at the Glen. He's led the most laps, but will he continue to lead the most important one of the evening? Aaron Davidson in the VIP 03 being chased down by Hunter Reynolds. 5.4 seconds behind is Hunter, and that gap grows. Travis Elliott in the 3rd spot. Cody Levitt in 4th. Cody Sleeper in the 5th spot. Last time through the bus stop at race speed. And the 03 enters it in pretty darn good.
That's right. The credit one lap to go.
Out of the carousel now. Just a couple of more corners to go for Aaron Davidson. That final right-hander. And ladies and gentlemen, the checkered flag waves as Aaron Davidson drives on through. He is the race winner here at the Glen. A great race for Aaron here tonight. Hunter Reynolds as well. Travis Elliott going to pick up 3rd. We're going to step away for just a moment. Give us a little break, and then we'll be right back with some post-race interviews.
Racing, you wanted the best, you got him 4 abreast, often imitated, never duplicated, the greatest show under the world of outlaw.
Road racing at its best right here at the Glen. And what a production this thing was. Unbelievable. And we have our top 3 finishers ready to go. Travis Elliott in the 51. Chris and Rick up in the booth. Do you have a copy?
Yes, sir. How you guys doing tonight?
Doing good, bud. You watch a good race and you start feeling pretty darn good. The 51 looks like it has a little bit of damage on it in the front end, but all in all, a third place finish, up 2 from your 5th place qualifying effort. Travis, how did the race go for you, bud?
Yeah, early on I got a little bit of contact between me and the 23 coming up to the second to last turn. Just ran out of space and hit the. Excuse that, my dog's trying to go outside. But I felt pretty good. I knew that I wasn't going to be the fastest, but if I could just be the smoothest and most consistent, that I could bring home a top 5, and ended up with a top 3, and I can't complain too much.
No, absolutely not. Who do you have on the 51, bud, that you need to thank here tonight?
I just want to thank Aspen Belvin for this amazing Sun King WeMac car. Vapid Eat Racing, and you guys up at turn 3 in the booth. You always do such a good job. And shout out to the guys finishing P1 and P2. They were on rails tonight. So
yes, they were. And we want to thank you, Travis. Great job here tonight. Way to finish in that 3rd spot. We'll let you get back with your friends so you can celebrate. Rick, I believe you caught up with Hunter Reynolds.
I did. Hunter Reynolds, driver of the number 28 machine. You got Rick Chris up in the booth. You got a copy, brother.
Yes, sir. How y'all doing?
I'm doing fabulous. Not as tired as you, I'm sure, but what a heck of a race.
Man, we had a good piece tonight. This Ford Mustang was fast, and I was happy with how I was driving. I was right there with Aaron, and unfortunately, I couldn't get some luck on my side. I think I had something for him, but all in all, can't complain. We had a fast ride tonight.
I think you definitely did. I think the biggest issue that you had tonight there is when you were racing with the 83 there, and he checked up a little earlier than you were expecting, and you missed the bus stop there. I think that's where it really it hurt you.
Yeah, I honestly didn't expect. I guess he just broke earlier than I thought, and sorry again to the 83. And yeah, it actually, well, in my head, it went bad a little before that because I tried to stretch the field one lap to be on something different than Aaron, and I ended up being back a couple seconds. So, yeah, just a little bit more patience, I think. It would have been fine, and we'll have something for him next road course.
All right, man. Well, hey, number 1, congratulations on the pole, and congratulations on the second place finish. Who do you have on that 28 to thank?
Yes, sir. Thank you, guys. I want to thank all my teammates at Podium Motorsports, Gregor Barry, Michael Sturgill. They couldn't make it out tonight. And like to thank you guys in the booth doing a good job, Turn 3 Racing Network. Thanks to everybody watching, friends and family, and of course, everybody else. We appreciate you. I
was going to say, Dad's out there watching. He's been cheering you on all the way through. Ram from OK. We appreciate you chatting also, man. And how's baby Everett doing? Actually, that's for Davidson. Never mind. Don't mind me. It's been a long week already. It's like Tuesday.
I was gonna say, Rick, it's you're talking to the wrong guy, but
that's right. Junebug 88. That's what I meant to say.
Yeah, there you go.
There we go.
All right, Hunter. Congratulations on your 2nd place finish and finishing in the 1st spot tonight. It is the daddy of baby Everett, Aaron Davidson. How you doing tonight, buddy?
I'm doing great, man.
Well, it was a heck of a thing to watch. We were in your cockpit quite a few times, and that wheel, I don't think it really ever stopped turning left and right, even on the straightaways. What was going on?
Loose, man. I was fighting for every bit of grip in this car. Hunter was a lot better at that aspect on the long runs. He'd reel me back in. He was a little bit better at conserving the tires and keeping with me. But, yeah, that's the thing with this road course, at least. I push her hard.
Well, that's what it takes to win sometimes, bud, and that's exactly what gave you a 6-second win here tonight over Hunter. Who do you have on the VIP 03 that you need to thank?
Obviously VIP and the old shed for sticking with me throughout the years. You guys up at the Turn booth, I'm happy to be back in this league. It's an awesome ran league and happy to be here. And then obviously my wife watching, and I'm just glad that I could get this done with my son's name on the hood. I really wanted it last week at Richmond, and was thankful to at least rally back to 6th, but man, this feels good to get back in victory lane.
There you go, bud, and congratulations once again on bringing it home in 1st place. And that is going to do it for post-race interviews, guys. I want to thank everybody for tuning in, and I think this time we can bring up some results. There they are. My goodness. Aaron Davidson, Hunter Reynolds, Travis Elliott, your top three. We just spoke with them. That was Cody Levitt, Cody Sleeper, Jason Griffith, Mike Todd, Daryl Calder, Brandon Feeney, and Donald Bennett round out the top 10. A good run for Bennett. Goldie Combs, Roy Fernandez, Blade Timmons, Jared Hagedorn, DJ Mitzel, Trenton Collins, Josiah Millen, and Alex Edelman out of the Mafia Motorsports camp. That is the way it finished here tonight at the Glen for Rick. This has been Chris, live on the Turn 3 Racing Network. We'll see you again next time.
Yeah.